Hey guys, it is Neb, and today I have another secret tips video for you all. Today I'll be covering everything you need to know about Outpost Delta on Hoth, including some unknown stuff which I haven't really seen too many people doing, which I think will boost their performance in a lot of matches. I'm sure you guys are keen to get stuck into these tips, so without further ado, here are 12 secret tips for Hoth. So to start off, we're going to be looking at one of my favourite things about Hoth, which are the Tauntauns. Not only are they great for quick travel and traversing the map, but they are also good at gaining thousands and thousands of battle points. So the Tauntauns have 3 abilities, including a barrage and a headbutt, but the best ability on the Tauntauns is easily the middle ability, and this ability is called Lead by Example. What this ability does is literally, it gives you battle points. As you guys will see in this footage, upon using this ability, I began to gain hundreds and even thousands of points per use. Not only does this boost apply to yourself, but it also boosts nearby teammates' battle points, and I actually believe that the more teammates affected by this ability when you use it, the more points the user gains. But there is a catch with this ability, and it is the ability recharge. So this ability does not recharge normally like every other ability over a certain period of time. And it took me a while to figure out how it actually does recharge. I searched it, I looked for it, I've not found anything describing how this ability actually works. But basically, the way this ability works is if you get kills while using your other abilities on the Tauntaun, so if you get kills with the barrage and the headbutt, that then recharges the middle ability. And you guys will see this through the footage. So, as you guys will see, I get a kill with the DL44 here and my ability does not recharge at all. But when I use the barrage here and I get a kill, it actually fully recharges my ability. So to maximize the use of this ability, make sure to use your other abilities and try to get kills with the headbutt and the barrage so that you can continually boost up your own battle points on the Tauntaun. In one single life on a Tauntaun, I was able to get over 30,000 battle points while getting a 22 player kill streak by repetitively using this ability. And the great thing about this one is that Tauntauns can be used by both teams, so if you do see one on the Battlefront, make sure to use them for quick and easy battle points. I never really used them much and I didn't really know about this middle ability until recently, and I tried it out and I was really blown away by how many battle points you could get with it, so I definitely recommend you guys trying this one out.
Or anything else. Take the enemy hangars. Use all required firepower.
Now the second tip that I have involving Tauntauns is something I've only ever seen used once before. So by design, Tauntauns are only meant to be used on the outside phase of Hoth. However, with a little bit of experimentation, I actually was able to get this guy into the bunker on the left side of the hangar door here. Not only was this one extremely fun, but it meant I was able to help my team more because I was able to use abilities and extra firepower in an otherwise difficult objective to capture. Now the Tauntauns can be a little bit difficult to control inside, but if you do play smart and use cover, this is a really effective strategy at this phase of the match. Unfortunately, I did get killed before the final phase, so I couldn't tell you whether or not they can be used in the last phase. If anyone knows, let me know down in the comments as I would be interested to know this. Now this next tip also applies to both teams as well, but mainly to the Empire who are pushing uphill in the first phase. Using the caves that run under some of the hills is actually a really effective tactic that I often use to flank the enemy, especially heavies and specialists who often sit on the hill using long range weaponry. By doing this, I've been able to flank lots and lots of enemies and stop them from firing the rockets at the walkers. I rarely ever see people running in these caves, so I did want to let you guys know about this one.
Going in fast, cover me. Check your objectives.
When playing on the rebel side, there is often air superiority due to the Empire not really being able to use as many fighters as the rebels. Now, as much as I dislike being killed by this, doing strafe runs is a very effective tactic at both helping your team with the objectives, as well as racking up plenty of kills on Hoth. Out of all the rebel fighters that you can play as, I can definitely say the bomber is the easiest and the most effective to use. Now, this is because it has more health and it can actually go slower than all the other fighters. Because of this, strafe runs become a lot easier as you get a lot more time to spot enemies and to strafe them. Also, the bomber's proton torpedoes do a lot of damage to the walkers, and as you guys will see here, I'm using this bomber to destroy this walker. Another secret tip is that you can actually destroy the walker by using the airspeeders near the end of the first phase. So it's a bit different from Battlefront 1, but you can actually use the airspeeders to tow cable the walker's legs. I do believe that the walker must be at a certain amount of health before this works, but if you do it correctly, you can actually take the walkers down. Now in this footage, this is my first ever try doing this, and the phase had already ended, so I don't think it could actually have worked. But it was letting me wrap and go through the ring, so it does show that it is possible. So if you ever have an airspeeder at the end and the walker is on low health, definitely have a go at wrapping the legs with the tow cable. Now on the theme of destroying walkers, this actually leads into my next tip. So as the rebels, if you destroy one of the walkers, the next phase actually becomes a lot easier, and this is because the corresponding bunker door will not be blown open by the AT-AT. So at the end of the first phase, if both of the AT-ATs are still up, they'll both blow open the bunker door so that the Empire can come in from both entrances. So if you're playing for the Rebellion and you're looking to win games, try to take out one of the walkers to restrict the amount of entrances the Empire get into the bunker phase, and this will help your team immensely and raise your chances of winning the match.
We can Rebellion 3. Defend the hangars while the evac proceeds. If we lose more ground, we'll have our backs to the wall.
Now, on the contrary, if you are playing on the Empire and one of your walkers does get taken down, there might actually be a secret way to open the bunker door without the walker blasting it open. Now, I haven't actually been able to test this one myself because I haven't been given the chance in any games yet. But I have seen talk of this button next to the blast door actually being able to open the door. So apparently, if the Empire can sneak in to press this button, the doors can open and they can let their team in. Now, I'm sure that this would be a big help to your team and a game changer for capturing these objectives. And I have seen people saying that they've done this and testifying to be able to do this. So I can't say with 100% certainty that this does work. But if we're trusting those people, I would definitely recommend trying this one out if your walkers get destroyed as the Empire. Now, once again, to counter this strategy as the rebels, I've also seen some talk of the rebels actually being able to destroy this button that does open the blast door. I actually was able to test this one when my team had destroyed a walker, so as you guys will see, the bunker door is closed, and by shooting the button, all the lights turn off and it seems to lose its power. Once again, I can't say with 100% certainty that this does work because no one on the other team was trying to open this bunker door, no one tried to use the button, and I haven't had the chance to test them because, as you guys will know, there are no private matches in Battlefront 2, but I have been seeing accounts of people saying this works, so I did want to include it in the video and let you guys know about it. So now if we backtrack to the outside phase again, I have a couple of tips involving the Specialist class, as it is pretty popular at the first phase of Hoth. Now the first tip is that using the Disruptor Shot on the NT-242 is a really effective way of getting rid of the DF9 turrets which are all around the map. Now this is a useful tip because both teams can use it and both teams can use the DF9 turret, so it does work both ways. And using the Disruptor Shot, the NT-242 can destroy these turrets in 4 hits, which is actually a great way to help out your team and to stop those players who do like to use these turrets. The other tip applies to sniping when playing on the rebel side, and it involves using the right hand side of the map to snipe from. Now this ranges from the very start of the match to all the way just before the bunker phase. The right hand side has lots of higher ground and hills that you can use to your advantage. Now I do this every time I snipe on Hoth because it is a really effective and advantageous position for sniping. Not only do you get the high ground, but the fight does tend to take place more in the center left of the map, meaning you are mostly ignored and can pick off people from the side or those who are running up the middle of the map. I've gotten plenty of kill streaks doing this, and it's one of those really rare opportunities in this game where you really get to play like a sniper, further away from the fight and attacking the enemy from up high. I would definitely recommend this tip to everyone who enjoys sniping on this map. Another tip for the Empire involves the ATST, and this is one that I've never ever seen anyone use besides myself. Now when using the ATST, you can actually get it into the bunker and onto the capture points in the second phase. So although it looks like it won't fit, the ATST can do this sort of weird looking squat thing, and it can actually squeeze through the front entrance. I've seen plenty of players sitting on the outside just sniping in, but in the times that I've used this, it's helped pave the way for my team to get into the point. In this footage here, I did die pretty quickly, but I did help my team push into the objective. Another time when I used this, I literally got over 20 kills in the cave, just clearing out the enemies and helping my team capture the point. The last tip that I have for Hoth and for this video is for the last phase, and it is another tip for the Empire. So I am fully convinced that Bossk is easily the best hero at the end phase for Hoth, and this is due to his awesome ability to control an area. After arming the objectives, Bossk can plant his mines to make sure that anyone who comes to disarm it is unable to do so. Also, his mines often explode more than once per use, so it's very effective at holding the objectives. Specifically for the right and middle objectives, his Dioxis grenade is also great for crowd control as it closes off a lot of the choke points and entrances to the objectives, which makes it extremely difficult for the enemy to even get to the objective. If you combine these abilities with his grenade launcher, Bossk easily becomes my best hero in this last phase on Hoth, even better than Palpatine in my opinion, and this is due to his ability to deal out damage and control crowds without even having to engage enemies head on. I've used this tactic so many times to guarantee the win for my team when playing as the Empire, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone playing as a hero in the last phase. So that's all the tips that I have for Hoth. Just quickly, I did want to apologise for the long gaps in between uploads. As you guys will know, Battlefront 2 has no private matches, so the process of figuring out and experimenting with these tips, and then actually sitting in lobbies for hours, waiting for Hoth to come up so I can record the footage, takes a really long time. So that is the reason for the long period between uploads. Anyways guys, make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, like it if you learned anything new, and let me know in the comments if there is anything that I did miss. But that's going to be it for today, so I'm going to bounce, and I'll see you all in the next video.